looking at one of the most busiest people in the startup industry. Until just several years ago, Shay Rishoni was on top of the world. At 17, he was already a civil pilot. He has a graduate degree in business and philosophy. He was a tour guide and accompanied extreme treks to the Himalayas, and even won third place in the Ironman competition. But it all ended 5 years ago when he was diagnosed with ALS in 2011. His condition deteriorated rapidly and now is completely paralyzed. When we say everything stopped, we relate to the physical being only. In spirit, Shay does not rest for a moment. He currently heads the Prize for Life Association. He is a partner and a member in over 5 different organizations, most of them related to healthcare. In addition, he leads an interdisciplinary team in an effort to improve the bedside manner of HCP when listening to patients in hospitals. He does all of this from his own bed, with the only organ he can move, his eyes. Using sensors that recognize even the smallest of eye movements, he can write text and communicate with his surroundings, and actually, with the entire world. The system can also translate the text to audio input.
Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, is a fatal incurable neurodegenerative disease, which leads to progressive paralysis and typically results in death within 3 to 5 years. Not only is there no cure for ALS, but there is limited knowledge about the natural course of the disease.
Until now, ALS patients were monitored in hospitals and clinics, where they were required to infrequently check in to fill out questionnaires. This method is inefficient. Many of the patients are insufficiently incentivized to cooperate. Not to mention that their physical condition and paralysis prevented them from visiting the clinic.
Therefore, ALS clinicians don't have a lot of data about ALS. They don't actually know how it progresses. They don't know how it looks. How do the symptoms appear? How do they manifest from day to day?
This is where the ALS Mobile Analyzer fits. This is an application developed by Shay and his friends at Prize for Life, whereby users log in anonymously and conduct a simple test consisting of several tasks, like drawing, finger tapping, speech, and movement.
We have developed a complete platform that monitors the daily functions of ALS patients in the comfort of their own homes and that can objectively, accurately, and frequently assess disease progression.
The revolutionary aspect of this new application is the algorithm, which analyzes all of the data from the application and predicts disease progression. Thus, ALS research will finally get a jump start, bringing us closer to finding a cure to ALS.
One of the greatest things that we see in this kind of technological revolution that we live through every day is how much it enables everyday people to change their lives. So the ability to build an app by someone who's not Apple is something that was completely unavailable up to a few years ago. The patients have a lot to offer. They have very unique type of knowledge about the disease, which they understand in a way that nobody else understands and with a detail level that nobody else understands. And nobody's asking for that data. Nobody knows it. Nobody knows that it exists, and nobody knows how valuable it would be.
It seems that only patients living on borrowed time understand the urgency of finding a cure for their disease, and they cannot afford to wait for solutions from other sources.
I believe it is my responsibility to do all that I can to find a cure to ALS. Like the saying goes, if not me then who? And if not now then when?
Shay knows that the chances of finding a cure to ALS in his lifetime are slim. But it doesn't stop him from doing everything he can toward achieving that goal.